Hi, my name is Nick Davies from Nick Davies Sports Psychology, and today I'm joined by a friend of mine, Fraser Weightman, who is the current British ISKA kickboxing champion. So thanks for joining me, Fraser.
Welcome.
Just want to ask you a few questions. Can you tell me a brief history of what you've accomplished in the sport of kickboxing so far?
I started kickboxing in 2006. I only lasted a couple of months then before I got sidetracked by going out and partying and stuff like that. But then in 2007 I came back and I decided, right, I'm going to give it a good shot. So I never had any intention of fighting when I started, but I just thought, right, I'm going to put my mind to it and see how good I can get. Then I had my first fight in 2009. It was a couple of years, I was saying. After a while I decided I wanted to fight. When I realised I was getting a bit better. And my coach now, Davies, he used to say to me, "Oh, you're going to be really good, you're going to be really good, you are." And I used to think, oh, he's just saying it to just try and boost me up. And then when I realised I started getting better, I was like, right, I want to fight. My coach then wouldn't let me fight. But 2009, had my first fight, won that by knockout in 28 seconds. The guy that I fought, they didn't believe that it was my first fight. So, and then from there, I just wanted to fight more and more. Picked up a couple of injuries on the way though, so literally 2 weeks after my first fight I injured my wrist, so it took me about 6 months before I could fight again. Then I just kept on winning, so I just kept on fighting. 2012 I think, I went to the Amateur World Championships and I won that.
Wow.
Then 2013 I actually injured myself again quite bad on my wrist again. So that put me out for a few years. I had to have surgery on my wrist, actually on both wrists. But I thought I really want to fight, so I'm just going to give it everything I've got. Had the surgery, did all the rehab. Like I say, it did take me like 2 years to get back into it. And then teamed back up with Davies again, and now I'm British champion and looking at a Commonwealth title on the 3rd of March, which is next month.
Wow, brilliant. Thanks, Fraser. How important do you think is the mental side of fighting as a kickboxer?
The mental side's probably more important than the physical side. I mean, it's easy to get fit. You just go in the gym and you work hard. Anybody can do that, but getting your head right, that's the hard bit. A lot of the time when you're thinking about fighting, you just think, I want to quit, I hope my opponent pulls out, can I do it, what happens if this happens, what if that happens. You're always doubting yourself, but you just got to just keep pushing through it. And if your head's right on the day, then you're going to perform. I mean, I've had 21 fights so far, and I've only lost one, and that was down to my head not being right. It wasn't even my opponent was better than me. I would have beat him on any normal day. It just that day my head wasn't right. I didn't perform, and I was fit. My fitness was there, so just because you're fit doesn't mean you're going to win. Your head's got to be in it as well. Yeah,
it's really important, that, Fraser. So that brings me on to probably one of the most important questions. So for the people out there watching this video that maybe they're kids, teenagers, adults struggling at the moment, struggling with either training or life, what advice have you got for them in terms of what you've achieved and the battles that you've been through in order to achieve what you've achieved? What advice would you give them if they're struggling?
If you want it hard enough, then you just got to keep working. If you want it, just don't stop. No matter what it takes, just keep on going. There's always going to be days when you don't want to do it. Everybody has those days. I have those days. Anybody who's a champion in anything, even if they're not a champion, people have them in day-to-day life. So you just got to just keep on going no matter what. Any obstacle, just get over it. It's only going to make you stronger.
Brilliant. Fraser, thanks very much for your time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
Cheers.
You too.